What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. President Donald Trump is preparing for an extended war with Iran. This comes as new data and new reports released, which I'll give you guys the details here in this video, is concerning for a lot of Americans and other countries, as it seems like America is ready for war. You can let me know your thoughts here as we are live here on the It's Jimmy Show on YouTube. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat, or let me know where you're tuning in from, your city, state, or even your country. Take a look here. The U.S. military is preparing for potentially a weeks-long operations in Iran, as the U.S. military is preparing for the possibility of a sustained weeks-long operation against Iran if President Donald Trump orders an attack, which he has already previously done. Remember the bombing of the nuclear sites. Two U.S. officials have just told Reuters this, in what could become a far more serious conflict than previous seen between the country. This disclosure by the officials, who wish to remain anonymous due to the sensitive nature of the planning, raised the stakes for diplomacy underway between the U.S. and Iran. And U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are holding negotiations with Iran that we haven't seen progress on. Meanwhile, Trump has amassed military forces in the region, raising fears of new military action. U.S. officials said the Pentagon was sending an additional aircraft carrier to the Middle East, adding thousands more American troops to be in the area ready to go, along with fighter aircraft, guided missile destroyers, and other firepower capable of waging attacks and defending against them. Take a listen to this new report.
We begin with this Fox News alert. President Trump sticking by diplomacy with indirect nuclear talks with Iran, but fierce power is on the way. Everything is on the table. The president is adding a weapon to the U.S. aircraft carriers, fighter jets, and weapons that he's already sent to the Middle East. He's called it an armada. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. That armada includes the world's largest warship, the USS Gerald Ford, which is now on its way there. The USS Abraham Lincoln arrived to the region late last month. Axios reporting with this headline: Trump moves closer to a major war with Iran. A U.S. military operation in Iran would likely be a massive weeks-long campaign that would look more like full-fledged war than last month's pinpoint operation in Venezuela, sources say. Such a war would have a dramatic influence on the entire region and major implications for the remaining 3 years of the Trump presidency. All of that in Axios. And this, the Vice President, J.D. Vance.
We do have a very powerful military. The president's shown a willingness to use it. He also has a remarkable diplomatic team. He's shown a willingness to use that too. Our primary interest here is we don't want Iran to get a nuclear weapon. We don't want nuclear proliferation. If Iran gets a nuclear weapon, there are a lot of other regimes, some friendly, some not so friendly, who would get nuclear weapons after them. That would be a disaster for the American people. The president has all options on the table.
Chief International Correspondent Trey Yingst. Trey.
Harris, good morning. A massive amount of U.S. military equipment continues to flood into the Middle East in preparation for action against Iran. Reports indicate the U.S. has moved more than 50 fighter jets to the region over the past 24 hours alone. Along with the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group already in place and the USS Gerald R. Ford on the way, there are a variety of other U.S. Navy assets in the Red and Mediterranean seas. While talks on Tuesday left both sides saying that progress was made, there are still major questions about Iran's willingness to curb their nuclear program or address the growing regional ballistic missile threat. Yesterday on Fox News, Vice President J.D. Vance was asked about the negotiations.
They agreed to meet afterwards, but in other ways, it was very clear that the president has set some red lines that the Iranians are not yet willing to actually acknowledge and work through. So we're going to keep on working it, but of course, the president reserves the ability to say when he thinks that diplomacy has reached its natural end. We hope we don't get to that point, but if we do, that'll be the president's call.
The Iranians continue to threaten the United States. From the supreme leader to lower-level commanders, the IRGC has promised to go after American military interests in the event of escalation in the region. Iran's president has tried to strike a more diplomatic tone on nuclear issues, despite the threatening rhetoric from the rest of Iranian leadership.
We have stated these many times. My own statements are not important. What matters from an ideological standpoint is the policy and the fatwa of the supreme leader. We are in no way seeking nuclear weapons. Whatever form of verification they want to carry out, we are ready for that verification to take place.
Here in Israel, officials reportedly believe war could erupt in a matter of days and are preparing accordingly.
And don't forget, President Donald Trump just captured Venezuela, and the U.S. is apparently running their government for the time being after we captured their president and the president's wife. And reports are now showing that the U.S. is sending out Venezuela's oil to countries like Israel for the first time in years, as the U.S. now has control of Venezuela's oil. And oil and gas prices could be set to rise as Iran just partially closed the Strait of Hormuz, a vital oil choke point, as Iran is continuing talks with the U.S., but to no avail yet. And with President Donald Trump sending a second aircraft carrier to the region with dozens of fighter jets, you do have to wonder what they're preparing for. And we know that President Donald Trump will attack. He's already attacked Iran before. He's already taken over a complete country, all within basically the first year of his presidency. And it looks like another war could be in store. And you gotta wonder here, do the American people want this, or should it happen? I mean, there's pros and cons for both sides. You guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. But all points and all signs are pointing towards the U.S. going into another war, which could be a longer period of time than what most people are thinking, according to details that we're getting. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments section. Now, I think this is important to bring up. Every year, too many seniors learn that their existing Medicare Advantage plan doesn't cover their doctors. It's just so easy to choose the wrong plan. And Medicare mistakes can cost you thousands. Yes, thousands. But my trusted partner chapter makes Medicare simple. When you need to choose a Medicare plan, you should call these guys. Many of you already have and have saved a lot of money. I like these guys because they're independent. They're the only national advisor that compares and recommends every Medicare plan. And they've helped a lot of people save over $1,100 on their healthcare cost. People are pretty relieved when they talk to Chapter. They won't push you to get a plan that you don't need. They're really there just to help. If you're on Medicare or will be soon, contact Chapter with the phone number here on the screen or the link down below in the pinned comment. They'll help you understand the different plans, different enrollment options, and find you ways to save money on your healthcare. Make sure to share this video and subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos. I will keep you up to date, and click the bell icon. Or click here next to see the Fed's new data that is going to be affecting millions of Americans and their announcement. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.